gosh, man, time flies. I'd say right around 4 or 5 years ago. Um, I just kind of felt like we were stuck and my wheels weren't moving and I had this goal and I just didn't really know how to get there. So you guys actually helped me with that. And, I reached out to you guys. We started our relationship. We started our coaching sessions, and you guys helped me build a lot of the systems that we have now. But Clay, had I not actually sat down and took the time and the energy to reach out to you and then set aside time every single week to actually work on the specific goal of scaling Window Ninjas, then it would have never happened and we wouldn't have the it wouldn't have come to fruition like it is today.
You could be anywhere doing a lot of different things, but you chose to be here. And you chose to go somewhere. You said, man, I can go and I can get better. I can go and I can learn. I can go and I can maybe go from where I'm at to where I want to go. But one of the most important things that you will ever do or not do in your life is to value and seek wise counsel. To be coached hard means you have to be willing to be uncomfortable.
Some shows don't need a celebrity narrator to introduce the show, but this show does. In a world filled with endless opportunities, why would two men who have built 13 multi-million-dollar businesses altruistically invest 5 hours per day to teach you the best practice business systems and moves that you can use? Because they believe in you, and they have a lot of time on their hands. They started from the bottom, now they're here. It's the Thrivetime show starring the former U.S. Small Business Administration's Entrepreneur of the Year, Clay Clark, and the entrepreneur trapped inside an optometrist's body, Dr. Robert Zillner. 2 men, 8 kids, co-created by 2 different women, 13 multi-million-dollar businesses.
We started from the bottom, now we're here. We started from the bottom, and we'll show you how to get here. Started from the bottom, now we're here. We started from the bottom, now we're here.
Mr. Clyde started from the bottom, and now we're at the top, teaching you the systems to get what we got. Colton Dixon's on the hooks, I break down the books. Z's bringing some wisdom and the good looks. As the father of 5, that's why I'm alive. So if you see my wife and kids, please tell them hi. It's the CNC up on your radio, and now 3, 2, 1, here we go.
We started from the bottom, now we're here. We started from the bottom, and we'll show you how to get here. Started from the bottom, now we're here. We started from the bottom, now we're here. We started from the bottom, now we're here. We started from the bottom, and we'll show you.
Okay, Thrive Nation, on today's show, I'm joined here by 2 great guests here. To my right is Brett Rayo. He's in studio, a very talented, hardworking, skilled musician. Now, the word skill implies that God gave us a certain amount of talents, but somebody's worked at it to the point they've developed skills. A very skilled musician, Brett Rayo, who's got talent on loan from God. We're also joined here with a great entrepreneur, a man who started a wonderful company called Window Ninjas. Now, Window Ninjas, full disclosure, is a company I've had an opportunity to work with over these past 4 or 5 years, and I've seen them grow, and I've seen them systemize their business, and I couldn't be a bigger fan of the WindowNinjas.com opportunity. And with that being said, Gabe Salinas, welcome onto the Thrivetime Show. How are you?
I'm great, Clay. Thanks for having me again this week, man. It's good to see you.
I'm super excited to have you, and I wanted to tee up kind of a mentor moment for you and Brett Rayo, and for the Brett Rayos out there watching, because Brett is a guy who is passionate about music. And so when you're passionate about music, if you have a strong grasp of reality, you go, okay, I love my music, but there's also got to be a way to generate passive income, or income that isn't directly resulting in me having a hit. Because hits, sometimes you produce a hit and it takes off and it goes viral and great, sometimes not. So it's kind of a thing where how can you create a sustainable income that doesn't require having a hit record to make the money? And so, Brett, if you were going to look into buying a WindowNinjas.com franchise, what question would you have for Gabe?
Interesting. I think my question would be the first question would be obviously, how much do you have to put down? If you have to put something down financially, of course, and then it would be, what's the best location, opportunity, and how much time do you have to put in?
So let's go one by one. Let's go one by one. So what does it cost to buy a Window Ninjas franchise? And maybe, what do you even do if Brett were to buy one? He buys the Window Ninjas franchise and he continues his music career. So his focus is music, but if he bought a Window Ninjas franchise, what does that look like?
Well, you're going to spend 40 or $59,500 right initially for a franchise fee. That gets you in the door with us, gets you our proven system, gets you access to me, gets you access to my CFO and my COO as well. We're going to be by your side. So for almost 60 grand, you're going to get full access to us and the system. You're also going to be trained and educated on how to really be an expert at what we do here at Window Ninjas. You are going to be the guru. You're going to be the man who knows it all. And we're going to set you up in your backyard. You don't have to move to the middle of nowhere, Kentucky. You don't have to go to Canada, and you definitely don't have to go to Greenland. But what you can do is if you're in Oklahoma, if you're sitting in Tulsa, or maybe you're in Los Angeles, we can set you up out there where you are so that you can be a success at doing what we do, kind of like what you're doing with the music thing.
Cool. Cool.
So what would he have to do if he bought a windowninjas.com franchise? And again, full disclosure, I want people to know that this weekend we had a very strong oxyfresh.com presence at our workshop with Robert Kiyosaki and Eric Trump, and there was a lot of Oxyfresh guys in the room. I have worked with OxyFresh now for I think 18 years. I've worked with Gabe for the past 5 years, and I never have somebody come on my show, and I don't endorse their thing unless I believe in their business model. And his business model here at Window Ninjas is awesome. It's great. So, what would Brett have to do, or somebody like Brett, if they actually bought a Window Ninjas franchise? What would their day consist of?
Well, your day is going to consist of, in the beginning, you're probably going to be one of those guys that's out there physically doing the work. You're working with your customers, you're meeting those guys, you're interacting with them, you're building relationships with them. You're also working on getting your first employee. You're setting that guy up to basically take over what you're doing with the physicality of the work itself. Doing quotes and things like that. Every single day, we have a lot of our customers come in and they'll call. They'll just say, "Hey, I'm interested in getting window cleaning services done, whatever the case may be. We'll send those jobs out for you to quote." Meet and greets, drop offs, things like that. Looking over your marketing, looking over your daily numbers, making sure that you're staying on track. Those kind of things. You'll have daily interactions with our sales manager. She's going to be able to keep you on track as well. And then once a week, you'll have an interaction with me, or my operations officer, and we'll just make sure that you're coming along, doing exactly what you need to be doing. Any questions you have, things like that, we'll go through and troubleshoot anything. But you basically you're starting a business. That's what you're doing. You're basically starting a business, but you're doing it with somebody who has a proven system and gives you support. We have a call center that answers all of your calls. That way you don't have to worry about handling all of those inbound calls. We take care of all that for you. And that gives you the opportunity to go out there and find new customers, also train and find new employees, as well as be a good steward of your community.
Brett,
Sweet.
what other question would you have if you were going, okay? Because again, this is what I want people to understand. At this weekend's workshop, we had these guys from OxyFresh that were at our conference, and I won't mention their first and last name, but they're OxyFresh guys, franchise owners. And neither one of them care at all about carpets, and neither one of them ever clean a carpet, ever.
Yeah.
These guys, so the one guy has a passion, things he's interested in, and it consists of his wife and his kids, and he's like a super invested dad. That's what he does. The other guy has a very a mindset that's wonderful, and he's got other passions he's into as well as his family. But neither one of them actually cleans any carpets ever. And I think people think that if you buy a Domino's franchise, or you buy a Window Ninjas franchise, you buy an OxyFresh franchise, that your life will somehow be defined by getting married to a new love for windows or glass or carpet or that kind of thing. But there could be nothing further from the truth. I mean, this business is truly just a vehicle to get you where you want to go. What other question would you have, Brett, for Gabe Salinas?
So far, it sounds like I'm saving like $100,000 on mistakes. So that's pretty cool. And not having to deal with calls all day. So that's pretty good. My next question would be like, in terms of marketing and in terms of leads coming in, how would I go about that? And how would I know that I'm getting all the leads I need to get to make sure I'm getting the sales so I can do this stuff, you know?
That's a great question. I mean, I love that question, because I'm a marketing guy and I'm a sales guy. So I have teamed with people like Clay, as well as some other companies out there that help with marketing. And so we have a marketing platform built just for you, for your backyard, wherever you're at, that works, is proven, and it's scalable. You have three different options with it. You can pay the low money the mid-level money or the high-level money. And it just depends on what your budget is and what your scalability level is. If you want to scale up quick, yeah, you're going to spend more. If you want to be kind of taking it easy, going in the middle of the road, I want to kind of see where my balance is. If you're a balance kind of guy, hey, you're gonna take option two. And if you're just a penny pincher, and you really say, man, you know what? I want to get some leads, but you know what? I'm going to get some really good leads. They're going to be really solid, but they're going to come in like a turtle, right? I'm going to spend this level because I know that I'm going to go out there every single day and I'm going to knock on 1,000 doors every single day so I can get 1,000 customers, right? So we give you options, and it's basically designed around what it is that you want to build for your business. If you come and tell me, hey, Gabe, I want to do $500,000 in revenue this year, first year right out the bat, great, cool, right? You're going to be spending that upper tier. I
Yeah.
know exactly how much it's going to cost you to get those customers, attain how many that you're going to need to be able to do the revenue that you want. And then we just put a path there for you so that you can go forward and say, okay, cool. This is what I know we got to do. If I want to hit this and attain this, that's what we're going to do. And that's the cool thing about Window Ninjas, man, is you got me, you got my boy Reese, and you got my main girl Melissa, and all three of us are right there at your side, teaching you the finances, teaching you the actual operations of things, and then you get me. So you're always going to have fun when you're talking to me.
Now at OxyFresh, almost everybody who buys one, there's over 500 locations now. Almost every OxyFresh owner that I know of, they bring in third-party financing to buy it. So if you're going to sell cars, so someone else goes out there to buy a car, maybe I'm a unique guy, maybe I'm not. I don't know. All I know is for me, I like to buy used vehicles and I like to pay cash, and I like to get vehicles that are dented but that work. That's my strategy. Yeah. So I always am like, what do you have that works great, but that's got like, severe hail damage or it's dented or whatever because it's already used. So I can get like sometimes 20% off of a vehicle. And that's my mindset. So that's how I do it. And so for me, I'm always pay cash. I'm getting a used car that's heavily dented. That's what I do every time. But most people I know, they get a car payment. And most people I know that buy an OxyFresh, they get a payment of some kind or a third-party financing. And then they make payments for their OxyFresh franchise. So they're financing them. WindowNinjas.com. Are you finding that most people that are reaching out to you, Gabe, are they bringing in third-party financing? Are they looking for a way to do it? Are you getting a lot of cash buyers interested? Or what's kind of the normal you're finding in the franchise space as you continue to expand WindowNinjas.com?
We actually get quite a few people that are looking for financing. They've got a good portion of money, right? And once we calculate what that is, we can figure out if they're going to need additional finance, because we do expect them to carry a certain balance so that it can have like what we call our cash on hand, so that it can get them through at least 4 months of anything, right? You always want to have a business that has revenue or money in the bank so that you can actually make sure that you can account for, hey, let's say somebody wrecks one of your vehicles and you got to go buy another truck today and you don't want to finance it. Boom. Okay. Until the insurance company gives you money, whatever the case may be. But all in, I mean, you're looking at your franchise fee, you're looking at all the equipment and things like that. Man, I've got a lender that will get somebody qualified and, um, closed within 30 days, and they're going through the SBA, and as long as you qualify for that specific program with what they're asking you, this guy's got a pretty good close rate. I think he's at 90% right now, and
The
he can
final
get you up to $200,000.
The final question I have here for you, and I didn't mean to interrupt you there. Final question I have is WindowNinjas.com. I mean, obviously, this is something you're passionate about. I've had the opportunity to see your passion up close and personal over the years, but you're also passionate about a lot of things that have nothing to do with window cleaning. So what do you like to do with your time freedom now that you've achieved time freedom and financial freedom? Because I know when I first met you, I mean, you were going 7 days a week, going 24 hours. I mean, you're going 7 days a week. You were putting in 12-hour days every single day to build the brand that now is doing great nationwide. What do you do now? Like, what are passions that you pursue with your time and financial freedom?
Well, personally, like I like to take Fridays and I'll go ride bikes with my buddy Joe. We'll go spend 2 or 3 hours on a Friday morning to go ride bikes. Saturdays, I like to spend some time just hanging out with me and Melissa, my wife, Dante, the little dog we got. I'll go out to the beach with some friends of mine. Once a week, I'll lunch every single day. Pretty much, I'll have a lunch meeting with somebody, and it's a friend of mine, a buddy. I mean, I'm hitting the gym in the morning. I'm walking. I just do a lot of things that just are fun to me. Time freedom, financial freedom. I like to read. I read a lot, so I'll sit down every morning and I'll read for about an hour. I mean, I just do things that really call my kids. I got a kid up in Syracuse. So I give him a buzz a couple times a week. Sometimes in the morning, I'll jingle jangle him. See how the frat party went last night, whatever the case may be. But yeah, I'm spending a lot more time with my family. My oldest son has a little boy, so I got a grandson. I get to go hang out with him every now and again. And here in a couple of weeks, man, me and him are actually going to go to Vegas for like 4 days, man. So I mean, yeah, I'm traveling. I'm enjoying myself, and I'm having a good time, and I'm also working.
And I can say this, you've been just a joy to work with over these years. I encourage everybody out there, if you have a passion, such as making music, a passion such as gardening, a passion such as becoming a hobby farmer, a passion such as automotive, restoring old vehicle kind of things. If you're like a classic car guy, if you're a guy who has an interest in anything beyond just accumulating money, a franchise is like bumper bowling for business. It's almost a way to make money without having any pain associated with it. I can't think of a better way, and that's why I try to expose people to multiple opportunities, whether it be OxyFresh, Window Ninjas, there's other brands as well, but I can only speak highly of brands I've actually worked with, coached with, and have seen the behind the scenes, kind of look behind the curtain, and Gabe Salinas checks all those boxes. So I encourage everyone to check it out, windowninjas.com. Gabe, I really do appreciate you, sir, and we'll talk to you next week.
You're welcome. Thanks, Clay. Have a good one, man.
Placid Ajoku, and the company is Built Phoenix Strong Personal Training.
So let me see here. So you divided by 3,000. Let's do that. Okay. So I think you're up 15.33 times. Is that accurate, sir?
That's accurate.
So walk me through what it's like to have 15 times more leads, because I know when we first talked to you, leads was not something that you had an abundance of.
Yeah, absolutely. It's been life-changing. There's some days now where the leads won't stop coming in, whereas before I started working with you guys, I think I may have received maybe 2 online leads in the previous 2 to 3 years. Everything had been just manual leads. It's really when people come in, they already know what separates us from everybody else, just from all the one sheets that you guys put together for us that highlighted what separated us. We did the mystery shopping. Originally, I thought my personal training was kind of expensive, but we found out that we were actually priced very well, but we offered way more for the price than all our competitors did. So it was almost a no-brainer. It's been huge because before I was just doing everything mainly through Instagram. But when you guys would give me those 7 action items every single week on what I needed to do to improve the marketing and get the 3 legs in place, the Google, the Dream 100, the YouTube, the Facebook ads, it really started to crank the way the business was viewed by people around the community and leads that were coming in.
For anybody who might have missed it earlier, I just want to make sure I clarify this. How much have you grown since we started working with you? Because I think there's somebody who says, what was that number? How much have you grown in terms of just revenue, or how would you quantify that there, Placid?
15 times.
Think about that, folks. Everybody out there, if you're watching today's show, now I've met you and I know that you could have been a male model. I know you could have been a pro athlete, but you chose to do fitness. So you got a lot of things going for you. But at the same time, everybody out there can be successful. Well, Thrive Nation, on today's show, we're joined by an entrepreneur who's in the fitness space. This guy is a personal trainer extraordinaire, and we've been working with him for years. And if I believe I'm correct, the amount of leads he's generated has gone up dramatically. The number of trainers he now employs has gone up, and he's now in the process of franchising his business. And with that being said, Placid, welcome onto the Thrivetime Show. How are you, sir?
I'm good, man. Thanks for having me.
Hey, just to verify that you're not a hologram or just a hologram male model, what's your first and last name, and what's the name of your company?
Placid Ajoku, and the company is Built Phoenix Strong Personal Training.
And I have notes here because Sean's had the opportunity to work with you over the years. And if I'm correct here, you've actually grown from $3,000 a month in revenue when we first met you to now you're at a point where you're at $46,000 a month of revenue. So it's something like 10 times, 12 times, 13 times. 14 times. So you'd be what? Somebody do some math here. 46,000 divided by 3. Let me do the math here because this is encouraging for somebody out there that feels stuck. So 46,000 divided by 3. Let me pull this up here. So let me see here. So you divided by 3,000. Let's do that. Okay. So I think you're up 15.33 times. Is that accurate, sir?
That's accurate.
So walk me through what it's like to have 15 times more leads, because I know when we first talked to you, leads was not something that you had an abundance of.
Yeah, absolutely. It's been life changing. There's some days now where the leads won't stop coming in, whereas before I started working with you guys, I think I may have received maybe 2 online leads in the previous 2 to 3 years. Everything had been just manual leads.
So walk me through the lead flow. When you say you get a lead, are these warm leads, people reaching out to your website? Are these rando cold leads from third-party websites? Walk us through what kind of leads you're getting today.
Yeah, we're getting hot leads. These are people that have gone through, they've read our reviews, they've seen our website online, they've gone through the website, they filled out a form, and they're requesting a free assessment and want us to contact them.
Now, there's somebody watching this show right now who may be interested in teaming up with you on a franchise level, or they just want to learn more about your business. I believe the website address here is builtphoenixstrong.org. Is that the correct website there, sir?
Yes.
Okay. So I'm going to walk the listeners through this process, because I think when a lot of people think about fitness, they probably think about what workouts do I need to do? I think when a lot of people think about growing a business, they think about marketing. Mm-hmm. But as we know, you can't out-train a bad diet in the world of fitness, and you can't outsell bad accounting. So in business, you have to learn offense and defense. And fitness, you have to learn how to eat properly as well as the workout. So we're going to go step by step through all 14 steps here with you. And I want to get your thoughts on this concept here. So Placid, why is it important for you as a coaching client, as a business owner, to know your revenue goals? Like, why is that an important thing for you to know, and anybody watching today's show?
Yeah, that way you know exactly what needs to be done each day and each week and each month to make sure that you're on track to be profitable, as well as pay the staff and be able to grow the business as well.
Now, if anybody wants to follow along, if you go to thrivetimeshow.com/millionaire, thrivetimeshow.com/millionaire, you can download every single book I've ever written 100% free. And the book we're teaching from today is called A Millionaire's Guide to Becoming Sustainably Rich. So you can go here, download the book for free. And we're on page 5 of this book. Box number 2, you got to know your break-even numbers. Why is that important for you as a business owner to know your break-even numbers?
Yeah, so that when customers are coming in the door, it's cool for them to be coming in, but you got to make sure you're hitting the right metrics. Otherwise, you could have tons of people coming in and be negative every single day. But when you know your break-even numbers, you know if you meet a certain metric, everything after that is profit and growth. And I didn't know any of that before.
Now, Sean, you have had the opportunity to work with Placid over the years. Mm-hmm. I want to get your thoughts on this. Box number 3, you've said online, offline, that Placid works super hard in terms of his schedule. He's committed to his own fitness, but also has a tough schedule. Can you talk, why is it important for you as a coach to clarify with your clients how many hours a week they're actually willing to work, and what boundaries they have on their schedule? Why is it important for you as a coach when working with a client like Placid or any client to clarify how many hours a week they're actually willing to put into the business?
Well, one is I don't want them to hate me, because if I give them more work than they can handle, then they tend to hate me. I learned that early on as a coach. But the other reason is just so that we can be realistic about what goals we're going to be able to achieve. If you can, you're already doing 100 hours a week, then you're going to have slower growth because there's less time you can put towards working on the business in addition to that 100 hours a week.
How would you describe the work schedule that I personally keep, mm-hmm. versus that of the average client we work with?
Maniacally higher. Just like you are here. Today's a Saturday, and you were here before me every day this week. You were here.
And what time is before you?
Before me, I get here at like 5:30 5:30, 5:40, and you're typically here every day that I get here. And whenever I leave, you're still here.
And I don't think that, I'm not saying for anybody watching this that that's how you should live your life. I think it's very important that we are intellectually honest, emotionally honest with ourselves about the hours we're willing to work. And my wonderful wife and I, we've been married now almost 24 years, and we're okay with me working 6 days a week and taking the 7th day off. So I'm pretty much done every day around 6 o'clock. And I go from about 4:30 to 6 days a week. I'm not saying that's what you should do, folks. I'm just telling you, you need to know your hours that you're willing to work. Box number 4, define your unique value proposition. This is especially important as you're franchising. Placid, I want to get your thoughts on what kind of impact it's made by having Sean and the team help you clarify what makes your business unique versus all of the other wonderful training companies that exist in the marketplace today.
Yeah, it's been huge. Really, when people come in, they already know what separates us from everybody else, just from all the one sheets that you guys put together for us that highlighted what separated us. You know, we did the mystery shopping. Yeah, originally, I thought my personal training was kind of expensive, but we found out that we were actually priced very well, but we offered way more for the price than all our competitors did. So it was almost a no-brainer.
The mystery shopping is so important, folks. Again, box number 4, you got to know who your top 4 competitors or who your top 3 competitors are. Mystery shop them so you know how you stack up in the clutter of commerce where everybody's very much competing for the same dollar. Box number 5, you got to improve your branding. And this is one thing I want to brag on about you, Placid, is we tell every client we work with, you have to go out there and gather objective testimonials from real clients you've actually worked with. So let me give you an example. Brian D. Wiggs, a wonderful home builder that Sean's had the privilege of working with, mentoring, coaching up. Brian D. Wiggs, he builds homes, multi-million-dollar homes. He has to gather testimonials from his happy clients. And you know what? He's done a great job doing that. That's briandwiggs.com. Sky House
Company. Sky House Company, Banner Elk.
Okay, and this is a construction company, skyhousecompany.com. Sean, this guy builds luxury cabins that overlook the mountains, longtime client of yours. We've had tremendous success with this wonderful client. And by the way, he'll be on part 2 of today's show, sharing his testimonial.
You can click on his reviews. He has all of his reviews on his Google business listing.
There you go. He's got his, and with every client we work, I'm just trying to show people a variety of industries here. Papa Gallo's, this is a pizzeria based in sunny Florida. Again, we tell them the same thing. We talk about Smiles Hollywood, orthodontist based in McKinney, Texas. We have clients in all over the country, all over the world. And these clients we work with, every one of them, we tell them, you have to gather objective video reviews from real clients and objective Google reviews. Can you talk about that, Placid? Because I believe that's made a big impact on the amount of hot leads you're generating, sir.
Absolutely. Yeah, it's been huge. I think we've become probably the highest rated personal trainer in the state of Georgia when me and Sean checked a couple weeks ago.
Yep.
And it's been huge.
Clay, my honor to be on your show. And thank you for all you do. I hear the ripple effects from you are good ripple effects. You know what I mean? People rave about what they learned from you. So congratulations.
Sean, guess what's happening June 5th and 6th right here in Tulsa, Jerusalem?
We are probably going to have an amazing business conference here at Tulsa, Jerusalem.
Yes, we're joined by Tim Tebow. Tim Tebow is going to be joining us right here at the Thrivetime Show World Headquarters, June 5th and 6th. He's a very successful football player, obviously a Heisman Award winner, but he's also a very successful entrepreneur. Now, when you work with real clients, Sean, clients you really work with to help them grow their companies, do you ever hear a business owner tell you that they didn't have time to get something done?
Every day.
How often is not having enough time a problem for business owners?
All the time. It's like maybe 90% of the issues as people are trying to grow their company.
Well, Tim Tebow is going to come join us here at the in-person Thrivetime Show 2-day interactive business workshop, and he's going to teach us time management and his approach to personal self-discipline and getting things done. Also at the workshop, I'll put up on the website so people can see it here. Also at the 2-day interactive workshop, Sean, we are going to be, there it is. We're going to be teaching accounting, systems creation, marketing, human resources, how to hire, inspire, train, and retain great people, accounting, social media advertising, search engine optimization. Sean, what's the area where most clients ask you for help the most? Is it generating generating leads? Is it hiring people? What's the biggest issue that most business owners have by default before they come to one of our workshops?
Well, I think it's management, because time is the most valuable resource for these business owners, and being able to manage their time is the first thing. Once they get that under control, then generally the numbers, being able to track their business and be able to make the best decisions based on numbers rather than emotions is a big area. And we teach all of this stuff at the business conference, particularly you, Clay. You love to hammer on time management. It's my favorite part of the conference.
Now, I'm going to pull this up real quick here because we're going to go through. If you're not excited, I want to get you excited about what we're going to cover at the workshop here. Okay.
All right.
The 2-day interactive workshop. This is my 20th year hosting workshops. So I'm telling you, folks, we're in rare form here. So one is the idea of establishing your revenue goals. I think most entrepreneurs don't know their revenue goals. Would you agree, or am I off my rocker?
No, that's totally a very important point we do with every one of our new clients that come on board, is we have to establish the revenue goals. And generally speaking, we have a vague idea, but not an exact idea that can be engineered down into like the daily goals for sales. And so that's a really big one.
Now, next is the break-even numbers. What kind of sales do you have to do to even break even?
Yeah.
Third is, how many hours per week do you want to work? What is your ideal schedule as an entrepreneur? Box number 4, how do you stand out in the clutter of commerce? What makes your company unique from all the different businesses? In a world of brown cows, herds of brown cows, proverbial brown cows, the analogy of brown cows, how can you be the purple cow that stands out? How can you be the squeaky wheel that gets the oil? Box number 5, branding. How do you improve the perception that people have of you, your business, your brand? Box number 6, marketing, your 3-legged marketing stool. What is a turnkey way for you and your company to generate leads so you can succeed? Because if you don't have any leads, your business will bleed. If you can't sell, your business will go to hell. You've got to generate leads. Sean, how often do business owners by default tell you they have a hard time generating leads?
It's almost all of the time. It's really a huge struggle. And many times they may be creating leads, but just through word of mouth. So they get to a point where we've implemented systems, and then they need to create more leads, but they've never had to do it. So there's a lot of different scenarios where business owners are like, how do you create leads? Something we hammer on at the conference a lot.
Box number 7, create a sales conversion system. Again, box number 7, create a sales conversion system. Sales scripts, recorded calls, one sheets, pre-written emails, lead trackers, all of the sales tools, the sales print pieces, the one sheets, the big screens that you see inside the business. Whether you're a doctor, you're a dentist, you're a lawyer, you got to have sales systems in place. We help you with that. Box number 8, what does it cost you to get another customer? Step number 8, what does it cost you to actually acquire a customer? Step number 9, it's hard to build an organization if you're not organized. We're going to teach you how to create repeatable systems, processes, file organization. Box number 10, we're going to teach you how to manage people, real people on the planet Earth. This just in, we're going to teach you how to manage real people on the planet Earth. Box number 11, how to create a sustainable schedule that works for you and your family. Step number 12, how to create human resources systems for recruiting, hiring, training, and retaining great people. Box number 13, accounting. This just in, we have to cover accounting. It's not how much you make, it's how much you keep. We're going to cover all the accounting things you need to know. And step 14, finally, what is the point of even achieving success? We're going to go over what is the point of even achieving success, how to design a life that you're excited about, how to design a life where you carve out enough time for your faith, your family, your finance, your fitness, your friendship, your fun, and where you're going to spend your focused time. We're going to go through that, all this and more. Now, the workshop, Sean, it's June 5th and 6th.
Yep.
It's a 2-day interactive workshop.
Yes.
And tickets, we always do it. It's $250 or whatever price that someone can afford. Sean, why do we let people name their price? Why do we have scholarship tickets available if somebody can't afford the $250 general admission ticket?
Well, we don't want anybody to miss out on it. You could be at a startup phase, or you could be, way along in your business, but we want to make it accessible for everybody. I think it actually goes back to a story of your dad, and it goes all the way back to how you've always done this as a business coach, trying to make sure that, your average people out there have access to the things that work.
Now, 7 a.m. to 5. Sean, why do we go from 7 to 5 both days? I mean, it's 10 hours a day, 20 hours of training over 2 days. Why do we do 10 hours a day, Sean, of back-to-back workshops? We do a 30-minute teaching session. We do a 15-minute question and answer session, and then we take a break. 30 minutes of teaching, 15 minutes of question and answer, then we take a break. Why do we do that format, Sean?
That format is so that we can keep people engaged and not just sitting there listening, but also getting involved. We really encourage people to ask questions, and that's really where the juiciness of the conference comes out, is you can put your personal situation and your questions on the board, and Clay will tee off and give you direct advice. Even without being in our coaching program, you can get direct coaching from Clay. It's really a very engaging format. I enjoy it a lot.
Sean, final 60 seconds, pop quiz here. What date is the conference?
June 5th and 6th, 2025, this year.
Question number 2, who's our keynote speaker coming to the conference there, Sean?
Tim Tebow is our keynote speaker.
Sean, question number 3, how much does it cost to come to our in-person 2-day interactive business workshop right here in Tulsa, Oklahoma?
I think it's, did you say it's $250 or whatever you can afford?
That's right, $250 or whatever you can afford. Sean, how do you spell Eric Trump backwards?
P-M-U-R-T-C-I-R-E. Ooh, that took a long time.
I'll have to listen to this. And you did it right. All right, again, that's Sean Lohman. I'm Clay Clark, inviting you to come join us at the in-person Thrivetime Show 2-day interactive workshop, June 5th and 6th, right here in Tulsa, Tulsa, Oklahoma. Sean, I'm excited to have this event. I'm excited to see you at the event, June 5th and 6th, right here in Tulsa, Oklahoma. Tim Tebow, baby. It's Tebow time in Tulsa, Jerusalem.
You could be anywhere doing a lot of different things, but you chose to be here.
Clay Clark is here somewhere. Where's my buddy Clay? Clay's the greatest. I met his goats today. I met his dogs. I met his chickens. I saw his compound. He's like the greatest guy.
I ran from his goats, his chickens, his dogs.
So this guy's like the greatest marketer you've ever seen, right? His entire life, Clay Clark, his entire life is marketing.
Hey guys, Luke Erickson here with the Thrivetime Show. As you can see behind me, we've got all kinds of energy going on. People are starting to show up for the conference, and it is hot in this place. We got grill guns over here. We've got people playing the drums. We've got a fire breather, and man, people are so excited as they come in. The conference is kicked off. This house is packed. We've got Aaron Hansis with Shaw Holmes up there. We've got Steve Currington with Total Lifting Concepts up there talking about what is possible when you just implement, when you do the proven system. It's so exciting. People are going crazy. Guys, Luke Erickson with the Thrivetime Show here with you. It is day 2 and the energy is high. People are so excited to be showing up. The team is ready. Come on, let's see what it's like to go on in for day 2. Follow me. I'll tell you what, people are so excited to be here for day 2. It is going to be incredible. Cannot wait to see what today has in store. Right now, here at the conference, we've broken into groups going over search engine optimization. And I know for most of us, myself included, if you hear that term, you go, what is that? What does that mean? That's too techie for me. Well, our experts are breaking it down for people so that you can clearly understand how to come up top in Google. It's doable. It's possible. Now we're in the middle of a break, and what we like to do is we like to give you as much tangible and relevant information from about the start of the hour for 45 minutes. Then we take approximately a 15-minute break to allow people to connect with other entrepreneurs around them, bathroom breaks, and also use this time to just really digest all of the good information that you're receiving the whole time. Right behind me, we've got Bob with his grill gun, melting an ice sculpture. It is awesome. The ice sculpture represents our life, right? It's here for a time, but we all need to have the sense of urgency to implement the things that we're learning so that we can make the most of the time that we have.
I heard about it on the podcast. Started listening to the podcast, became a fan, and then figured out about the workshop. I own an insurance and financial services agency, and I was hoping to learn from the workshop systems and processes. I'm big on systems and processes, and always learning better ways to run a business more efficiently. The atmosphere's second to none. It's a high energy, really cool atmosphere to be around. Contagious, I would say. Just something every entrepreneur, I think, would appreciate and love. I'd say humorous, high energy, and full of substance, which I think is the key. A lot of business coaches or seminars maybe are high on motivation and making you feel good, but don't have a lot of substance that you can take back and implement, the following Monday, where his does. Man, there's a lot of valuable things. I'm gonna say, this is my second workshop. The first workshop I took back really the importance of a group interview. I used to spend hours and hours interviewing people, screening resumes, and that saving my time on that part is valuable. It was that and then the sales scripting that have been two major things just so far. Man, I think they're missing out on, expert advice from somebody who's been there, done that, built companies, has learned a lot of lessons. That's what I'm always looking for, is somebody that I can learn from that's ahead of where I am. And I think if you choose not to come, you're missing out on a lot of good advice that could help your business.
Hi, I'm Aaron Antis with Shaw Homes. I first heard about Clay through a mortgage lender here in town who had told me what a great job he had been doing for them, and I actually noticed he was driving a Lamborghini all of a sudden, so I was willing to listen. In my career, I've sold a little over $800 million in real estate. So honestly, I thought I kind of knew everything about marketing and homes. And then I met Clay, and my perception of what I knew and what I could do definitely changed. After doing $800 million in sales over a 15-year career, I really thought I knew what I was doing. I've been managing a large team of salespeople for the last 10 years here with Shaw Homes. And we've been a company that's been in business for 35 years. We've become one of the largest builders in the Tulsa area, and that was without Clay. So when I came to know Clay, I really thought, man, there's not much more I need to know, but I'm willing to listen. The interesting thing is our internet leads from our website has actually, in a 4-month period of time, has gone from somewhere around 10 to 15 leads in a month to 180 internet leads in a month. Just from the few things that he's shown us how to implement that I honestly probably never would have come up with on my own. So I got a lot of good things to say about the system that Clay put in place with us, and it's just been an incredible experience. I am very glad that we met and had the opportunity to work with Clay. So the interaction with the team and with Clay on a weekly basis is honestly very enlightening. One of the things that I love about Clay's perspective on things is that he doesn't come from my industry. He's not somebody who's in the home building industry. I've listened to all the experts in my field. Our company has paid for me to go to seminars, international builder shows, all kinds of places where I've had the opportunity to learn from the experts in my industry. But the thing that I found working with Clay is that he comes from such a broad spectrum of working with so many different types of businesses that he has a perspective that's difficult for me to gain because I get so entrenched in what I do, I'm not paying attention to what other leading industry experts are doing. And Clay really brings that perspective for me. It is very valuable time every week when I get that hour with him. From my perspective, the reason that any business owner who's thinking about hooking up with Thrive needs to definitely consider it is because the results that we've gotten in a very short period of time are honestly monumental. It has really exceeded my wildest expectation of what he might be able to do. I came in skeptical because I'm very pragmatic, and as I've gone through the process over just a few months, I've realized it's probably one of the best moves we've ever made. I think a lot of people probably feel like they don't need a business or marketing consultant because they maybe are a little bit prideful and like to think they know everything. I know that's how I felt coming in. I mean, we're a big company that's definitely one of the largest in town. And so we kind of felt like we knew what we were doing. And I think for a lot of people, they let their ego get in the way of listening to somebody that might have a better or different perspective than theirs. I would just really encourage you, if you're thinking about working with Clay, I mean, the thing is, it's month to month. Go give it a try and see what happens. I think in the 35-year history of Shaw Homes, this is probably the best thing that's happened to us. And I know if you give them a shot, I think you'll feel the same way. I know for me, the thing I would have missed out on if I didn't work with Clay is I would have missed out on literally an 1,800% increase in our internet leads, going from 10 a month to 180 a month. That would have been a huge financial decision to just decide not to give it a shot. I would absolutely recommend Clay Clark to anybody who's thinking about working with somebody in marketing. I would skip over anybody else you were thinking about, and I would go straight to Clay and his team. I guarantee you're not going to regret it, because we sure haven't.
My name is Danielle Sprick, and I am the founder of D Sprick Realty Group here in Tulsa, Oklahoma. After being a stay-at-home mom for 12 years and my 3 kids started school and they were in school full-time, I was at a crossroads and trying to decide what do I want to do? My degree and my background is in education, but after being a mom and staying home and all of that, I just didn't have a passion for it like I once did. My husband suggested real estate. He's a home builder, so real estate and home building go hand in hand, and we just rolled with it. I love people, I love working with people, I love building relationships, but one thing that was really difficult for me was the business side of things. The processes and the advertising and marketing. I knew that I did not have what I needed to make that what it should be. So I reached out to Clay at that time, and he and his team have been extremely instrumental in helping us build our brand, help market our business, our agents, the homes that we represent. Everything that we do is a direct line from Clay and his team and all that they've done for us. We launched our brokerage, our real estate brokerage, 8 months ago. And in that time, we've gone from myself and one other agent to just this week, we signed on our 16th agent. We have been blessed with the fact that we right now have just over 10 million in pending transactions. 3 years ago, I never would have even imagined that I would be in this role that I'm in today, building a business, having 16 agents. But I have to give credit where credit's due, and Clay and his team and the business coaching that they've offered us has been huge. It's been instrumental in what we're doing. Don't ever limit your vision. When you dream big, big things happen.
I started a business because I couldn't work for anyone else. I do things my way. I do what I think is in the best interest of the patient. I don't answer to insurance companies. I don't answer to large corporate organizations. I answer to my patient, and that's it. My thought when I opened my clinic was I can do this all myself. I don't need additional outside help in many ways. I went to medical school. I can figure this out. But it was a very, very steep learning curve. Within the first 6 months of opening my clinic, I had a $63,000 embezzlement. I lost multiple employees. Clay helped us weather the storm of some of the things that are just a lot of people experience, especially in the medical world. He was instrumental in helping with the specific written business plan. He's been instrumental in hiring good quality employees, using the processes that he outlines for getting in good talent, which is extremely difficult. He helped me in securing the business loans. He helped me with web development and search engine optimization. We've been able to really keep a steady stream of clients coming in because they found us on the web. With everything that I encountered, everything that I experienced, I quickly learned It is worth every penny to have someone in your team that can walk you through and even avoid some of the pitfalls that are almost invariable in starting your own business. I'm Dr. Chad Edwards, and I own Revolution Health and Wellness Clinic.
Clay, my honor to be on your show, and thank you for all you do. I hear the ripple effects from you are good ripple effects. You know what I mean? People rave about what they learned from you, so congratulations.
And we went from expecting maybe 250,000 this year to we're at 400,000. Hi, I'm Kelsey with K&D's Woodruff Finishing, business owner at 23. So I've been working this K&D's company for about 5 years now, and we started working with Thrive not too long ago. And we went from expecting maybe 250,000 this year to we're at 400,000. That's what we're going to hit or exceed. So we're pretty excited about that. It's been pretty much just listening to what they have to say. Their hiring process has just really been incredible as far as finding good quality help, and the just the accountability of meeting up with them weekly, and like such good insight, the resources that they have for specific business questions. It's all been really incredible. It's been a great experience, so I would recommend it to anybody.
What I've seen from Clay and his group at Thrive is they'll give you a simple system, and it's the simple systems are the ones that people can wrap their brain around. They're the ones that people can work with on a day-to-day basis.
Hi there, my name is Stephanie Pipkin. I am 24 years old and I own Black River Falls Cleaning Services. We opened in April of 2019 and it is now mid-June of 2020. So I wanted to talk today about the success and growth I have achieved by implementing the Proven Path with Clay Clark's team and my business coach Luke from Thrivetime. It has been insane to say the least. I started working with them in mid-February of this year, so we're about 4 months in of working together, and it has completely transformed my business in pretty much every facet. So I'm gonna check my notes here. So in 4 months, my leads have tripled. I was getting probably like 2 leads a week. Now I'm getting more in the like 10 to 15 leads a week. I have doubled my number of employees. I'm now hitting the highest revenue weeks in the history of the company, week to week it seems like. We went from about 6 appointments today as our highest in February to now 14 to 15 appointments a day. And hiring quality employees has become much simpler and less stressful by using their systems for hiring. I typically only get maybe 2 complaints a month, if that, and everybody shows up to work. I just have really high quality employees now, especially in something people typically consider a high turnover type of work, you know, cleaning houses, cleaning businesses. I have amazing employees now, and I get rid of the ones who are not so amazing and bring on new ones because of, you know, group interviews and interviewing every single week. It's just been great, and such I don't waste as much time on low quality candidates anymore. And your coach will hold you accountable. I mean, which I love. Again, the tough love is really great. You know, Luke's like a stern father figure, but he's also nice, but also stern when he needs to be, when I'm being lazy and not doing the things that I know I need to do because I don't want to do them. So that's just great. Worth every penny. I mean, I'd pay him $1 million a month if I can, and maybe someday I'll be able to, but I would just say go for it. If it seems like a good fit, just go for it. Do what they say, even if you think it's stupid or ridiculous. Just do what they say because it'll work. You know, people, when they look at my business, you know, people in my town, they think I'm lucky. They think I'm just, you know, things just happen for me. And, you know, maybe I am lucky, but it has a lot to do with hard work and, you know, perseverance and, you know, working till you cry sometimes. That's just being an entrepreneur, which if you're a business owner, you understand that. But it's having these systems in place of, you know, of course I'm going to be successful. It's an absolute because I have all this stuff in the background happening, and I have Luke and Clay and everybody on their team working really hard to make sure that I'm a success. And I can tell that they are just so excited every single week when I'm having all these wins and things like that. They're so excited for me. So it's the best thing ever, and I would suggest to anybody to work with them. So sorry for the long-winded reply, but I just had so much to say, and I could go on for hours probably about how amazing they are. But thank you to Clay and Luke and the entire team there, everything you guys have done for me, and I am so excited to continue to work with you for years to come. Thanks so much for watching.
My saying is, if it's important to you, hire a coach. And I think that's one of the reasons people are not successful is they eat a cheeseburger instead of hiring a coach. You know what I mean? And so my coach pushes me. They're younger than me. They push harder. They're trained. And as my rich dad always said, amateurs don't have a coach, but professionals always have coaches. So I've always had coaches for whatever is important. And, my rich dad was one of those persons. You're on it, man. You're on it. You're on it. Everybody listen to this guy. He knows what he's talking about. You have the macro picture. Very few people have that point of view.
Clay, you're an entrepreneur. I'm an entrepreneur. And as they say in Stoic, the obstacle is the way. And so if you let these pinheads get in your way, you're in trouble.